What's up, sneaker fans? Thanks for tuning in to a More Than Hype review, and today we're going to be taking a look at a pair of the AdiFOM or the AdiFOM Q, the silhouette that might have just ended the Kanye West and Adidas partnership. I will admit that is a dramatic take. The relationship was not in a very good place even before this, starting with the Adilet 2022, but things just kept getting worse after that point. So let's take a look at the shoe that Kanye is calling a direct ripoff of his foam runner, starting with the packaging. And sort of unceremoniously, these come in just a standard blue Adidas box. So we got 3 stripes up top and then trifold logos all over and our label on this side here. Official name of these, AdiFOM or AdiFOM Q. Style code GY4455. Official colors, off-white, aluminum, and wonder white. Far as sizing goes, I got an 8.5 here. However, these run very small in my opinion, so I say these kind of fit like Hirachis. They have the sort of, outer shell and then that inner booty, so I think it's a pretty valid comparison. I got an 8.5 here. That's my true size. Very tight. I would have been better with a 9 or even a 9.5. I think I would have managed. However, because of that exterior sort of EVA skeleton, these look really big on feet, even bulkier than foam runners somehow. Of course, this is men's sizing. The size conversion in Adidas is 1 full size up, so this 8.5 in men's would be a size 9.5 in women's. That about does it for the label. Now let's take a look at the shoes. So we open up the box and we have some sort of translucent paper here with trifold logos all over, and you can kind of see the shoes in there right now. But here are the shoes, the AdiFOM or AdiFOM Q, and man, I am floored. I am flabbergasted that Adidas would try to release these and think that Kanye wouldn't say something about it. I mean, even that orange color, dare I call it beluga. But before I say too much, let's get both of them out the box and take a close look. Now we got these out the box, let's take a closer look, starting with the upper. And just like the foam runners, these have an extremely striking design to them. You have all of these sharp lines, you have these edges, just a lot going on here, in addition to this inner booty inside of the shoe. But let's start with the sort of outer shell that's made of that EVA foam, and it is considerably firmer than the foam runner. Now, the EVA is where the cushioning for the foam runner comes from, but with these, the cushioning is actually coming from the inner booty with what Adidas is calling Adi Plus foam, and that's this orange foam that's on the inside. A little bit later, I'll actually pull out this inner booty and we could take a look at that and see how it's constructed, and you'll kind of see why these fit small compared to, other Adidas shoes. The AdiFOM Q is also somehow bulkier than the foam runner. I went true to size and they still feel really big on feet. So I could only imagine what these would feel like if I went a half size, maybe a full size up. But if you're a fan of that bulky look, this definitely delivers on that sort of aesthetic. Now, if we take a closer look at the foam itself, there is this interesting texture that goes all along the shoe to our medial side here, which is exactly the same as our lateral side, or at least very close to it. But then we get these circles and just these shapes, and they just all feel very Yeezy. Taking a look at our heel now, we have a trifold logo as well as that Adi Plus call out for the foam that's on the inside, and then we have our booty. So interesting shape here. We have this orange trifold logo up top, these pieces of, or these pods of foam on the tongue itself. These come stock with flat aluminum colored laces, and the whole booty is in a matching aluminum color as well. As I mentioned, this inner piece is removable. However, if you want to remove it, you got to unlace the whole entire shoe, which is kind of a process, so I'll be right back after I get that done. So it did take a second to get the laces out of these, which indicates to me that Adidas probably doesn't want you doing that too much. But after you get your laces out, you can basically just pull on this side, and even this is a little bit difficult. And then from here, you can just pull out the innards, and here is our sort of skeleton now of our AdiFOM. It's pretty annoying that they make this little hole here. I wish they didn't do this so that you could actually wear these. And here's what the inside looks like. As you can see, extremely narrow in the toe area, also extremely low in the toe area, and this is all the space that your foot actually gets on the inside of these. Taking a closer look at the knit here, and it is a pretty thin piece of prime knit here. We have our Adi Plus cushioning in the midsole, and this really strange little bump here, but this actually fits into that little hole at the end. And then we take a look on the inside, and these actually come with an ortholat sock liner, which I thought was a little bit odd. Not glued in or anything. So now putting these together is pretty easy. All you gotta do is kind of just slide it in, and it'll just snap in place. And here we have our full AdiFOM Q now. And that about does it for the upper. So now moving on to the outsole. And as you can see, we actually do get some rubber pods here, something that you don't have on the foam runner. And it all has this very interesting, almost pressure mapping type of look here. So the ball of your foot, your toes, all of this in this very wavy pattern, as well as for your heel. And that about does it for these. So overall, the AdiFOM Q is a very strange silhouette. Why Adidas would release these without first consulting Kanye doesn't really make much sense to me when you have already an extremely lucrative partnership with Kanye. Plus, he's someone who's already had some grievances about other releases you've had, specifically the Adilet 22, looking like some of the things that he's been working on. And then you do this. So overall, the Kanye West and Adidas feud is still ongoing, and we really don't know what's going to happen, but it's not looking very good for Adidas right now. If they actually lose Kanye, that would be a huge blow to the brand itself. Just think where it all started. I forgot what the year was, but that picture of Kanye wearing those white Ultra Boosts, the 1.0s, the originals, after that picture came out, everybody was excited about Ultra Boosts. But before then, it was just like a niche running technology. But to see possibly this partnership end, especially in this way, is pretty sad. And that's all I have to say about these. So, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot with the algorithm. And I'll catch you on the next video.